Today we got a chance to drive the new Q7 and the new SQ7, the sports model of the Q7.
When it comes to how the Q7s look, a sexy looking car. Welcome to the beach suburbs of Sydney. It's so nice to have you here on a hot day.
I mean, we're in the Q7, so yeah, 7-seater, 3 rows of seats here.
I love the size of this car. What has sort of shocked me is that it doesn't feel like you're driving a bus. It's still compact, but it's got all that space. So what about the technology in this car? It looks pretty fancy.
You are currently in probably the most technically advanced car on the planet.
I'm a little bit of a nerd.
We can turn the car into a Wi-Fi hotspot. But notice behind us, can you see just behind us here?
Yes.
Both of us have got those Audi tablets. These are designed to not only be shatterproof in a crash, so they're properly crash tested as a part of the car.
And connectivity, is it all, obviously there's Wi-Fi, there's Bluetooth, there's a USB port that I found.
2
USB ports.
Yep.
You know,
one of which is a fast charge. But the beauty about this car is that you've also got the ability to completely hook it up to your phone through Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. So it doesn't matter which religion you follow. If you've got one or the other, it doesn't matter. In many ways, both Q7s are sort of technological showcases for Audi. This car can also, has got active cruise control.
The radars also pick up people.
Between the radar and the camera, again, using those two systems in conjunction, you do lots of different things, including you get a very, very accurate picture of what's going on around you. If it needs to, it can just jump on the brakes as hard as it possibly can. Yeah.
Really?
Absolutely, yeah. And this is one of the few cars that can bring the car to a full stop. That's the other thing
From
too.
what?
Well, from
80, from 100?
Yeah, yes.
Any speed?
Yeah.
I always feel safe in Audis, I have to say. They just feel super solid.
So it's a 3-litre turbo diesel. With Quattro, all you've got to do...
Just put your foot down.
Put your foot down as hard as it goes, and then 6.5 seconds later, you're at 100. It's as simple as that, in a 7-seat car.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Let's get into the other car. I've got another really cool car for you to drive. So if we're going to park, notice that on the screen, we've now got a 360-degree overhead view of the entire car. So we're using those sensors. Look, Mum, they're hands. I use it all the time. I've got it in my car and I just use it all the time.
Do you?
Yeah, because it's just...
Because it's cool.
Because it's cool and I'm just really lazy. The SQ7 in particular is the Swiss Army knife. It's just literally, what do you want to do, and it can do it. You just pull it out and it just does it. So you want to be a sports car, believe it or not, even though it's 2 tons, it can do that. So this is it's still a Q7, but it's the SQ7. So S being sport model. So everything's beefed up. So the top of the list is the engine, and that's what you can hear right now. Like, so I'm going to get a little bit of squirt as we get out of this little intersection here.
Oh yeah, a little bit of squirt.
And that lovely sound is in fact a V8. So you've got 2 normal turbochargers, which are gas driven, makes things more powerful, faster, more efficient. But this car's completely unique because it's got this electric one as well. It's got a 48-volt system, which is completely groundbreaking stuff. Very, very few cars on the planet have got that, and it is the wave of the future, if you like. All cars will eventually go that way.
Is the suspension the same?
No, very different.
It feels different.
Yeah, it's actually got active roll bars. The car will actually prop itself up. So it's got little servo motors in there, geared motors that actually sort of level the car out, if you like.
Wow. It's like sometimes an SUV feels like a bread box on wheels. This did not feel like that. This was more like a panther.
This car has got what's known as exit warning. The car senses if there is a car, a truck, a bus, a motorbike, push bike, a cyclist, I mean, 70 metres back, it actually flashes a red warning light, and actually that yellow light here on the side mirror as well, just to warn you, don't open the door into traffic.
You know what I love on this car? The lights.
It's got what's known as matrix lights. Now, what the active matrix allows you to do is turn off or on individual elements, and you've got up to 30 LEDs per element in these headlights, turn off each individual bit so everything else can stay on high beam except for the cars that it tracks. And it tracks them as they're moving. You'll see that it actually, the shade follows that car, but everything else stays fully lit up.
It was my first time trying the traffic assistance technology.
Okay, so now it's fully engaged. Take your foot off. So just tap it to go. It'll now take over.
Seriously, I've got my feet are on the floor.
Yep.
I'm just steering.
Notice that the lines have gone green, and
Yes.
you've got it on your head-up display as well, yeah? Haven't you? They've
Yes,
gone green.
yes, yeah,
so it's
right.
the camera has actually picked up the line markings on the road and actually can keep you within that lane. It'll actually sort of keep you in the basic centre of that lane, and then traffic jam assist can cut in, which means it can actually now help you negotiate this traffic, hence traffic jam assist. You know, firstly,
This is crazy.
it's slowing down for you.
This is crazy.
I love all of these driver assist features because at the end of the day, we're all stuck in really awful traffic, and anything that can make that sort of trip that bit nicer is, I think, a welcome addition to any car. What's really interesting about this car, so even though, let's say you don't go, oh look, you know, I don't want that extra power, that's not my thing, I just go and pick up the kids. Believe it or not, if you got that base model car, so the one we were in before, that standard Q7, and you put all the options that this car has got into that car, it'd actually be more expensive than this car, and you don't get the engine.
Oh, so buy this car.
So in some ways, if you want that extra bit of performance and you want a car that's quite heavily spec'd in terms of all the options, this is actually in many ways a smarter buy because of it being included standard with this SQ7 model. So it's really quite clever.
When you're buying a car like this, spend the time to learn about what it can do, because it can do a lot.
Showing someone who'd never seen that kind of technology before, some of the ins and outs, and seeing her eyes light up is actually, you get a little buzz out of that, and I certainly did.
I want one of those cars. You won't notice it. You won't miss it if I just take it home with me.